Hello world, and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are looking at the full moon. This is happening on November 19th. This is the Beaver full moon, which is the Beaver Moon. It's the name given to the full moon in November. And this particular full moon is a full moon in Taurus. So I just wanted to get this card out to show you as an example of what that might mean for you. And then we're going to pull some cards about the full moon and being in Taurus for each sign. So your dreams need a practical plan. It's not enough to just like wish your dreams and have them just, instantly come true. I mean, I think we all would love to win the lottery, but even that we have to have a plan about, right? You can't win the lottery if you don't play. You need to put some steps forward to whatever goal that you are going towards. So the other interesting things about this full moon is it has a partial eclipse. So while, full moons are, a time of a lot of energy, it's very interesting energy, like the moon controls, our emotions. It controls like the ebb and flow of water as well. And so that's why it can control our emotions. Because this is a partial eclipse, like that energy can be more intense and then for longer periods of time. Usually we can use the full moon energy for a couple of days before and after to manifest or release. Usually releasing is best with the full moon energy, but whatever intention you are putting towards this. And this, with an eclipse though, it can that energy can last longer. So be very intentional with your intentions, like think things through, because this can last for a long time. The other interesting thing about this particular full moon is it's a full moon in Taurus and the sun is in Scorpio. Those are now opposing energies because when we have a full moon, the sun is opposite of the moon. But what's also interesting about that combination is this is the first of several eclipses that occur between Taurus and Scorpio. And this kind of kicks off the next 2 years where most of the eclipses will be in either Taurus or Scorpio. So we really need to think about that. And I would invite you to write down like your feelings or what's going on at this time. This is the first eclipse in Taurus that has happened since 2014. And then now we're going to have a series of them. And then we've got like Taurus and Scorpio opposed. So that is really interesting because Scorpio deals with our, is a very emotional sign. It's a water sign. It deals with our shadow self, our private world. And then we've got Taurus over here where Taurus is very practical. It's an earth sign. Grounding is really important. And we have heightened senses. So just think about those few things as we go into your reading. And let's go ahead and do our reading now for each sign. Hello, Capricorn. So interesting. Like all of the readings I'm doing so far have so many major arcana cards coming out, and you are not an exception. First of all, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. We've got the Empress. We've got the Hanged Woman, and we've got the World reversed. These 3 cards are major arcana cards. These 3 cards are major energies. The other super interesting thing for all of the earth signs is every single one of them have had a card about balance, have had a card with the scales on them. If you don't believe me, you can go and look. But the Six of Pentacles, when it is upright, it is about balance. It is about charity. It is about if you have something and you can afford to give something, do that. It is about like you can be on the receiving end of charity. That I was watching a podcast with Jewel, and she was homeless for a period of time. Jewel, the singer, 90s folk singer. She is still doing her thing, but she has a school where she is helping underprivileged kids. Actually her strength is working with kids who, I don't know if she specifically works with kids who are suicidal, but I know that's her strength because she was suicidal at one point. And she made a comment about like receiving charity sometimes feels icky. And I get that. And I think that there are a lot of people who block things coming into their life because they're like, I'm strong, I'm independent, I can do this myself. I just might be down on my luck. I don't need the charity. Of course you don't need the charity. But the other thing is that it is nice for this person giving you something, whether it be a gift, whether it be charity, whether they noticed, hey, she needs a new jacket. I got a jacket. Here you go. I had a neighbor who was like that. She did not accept anything, but she had like 5 kids. And it was nothing. Like we had, when my daughter grew out of clothes and I was like, here, do you want these? And she wouldn't accept it, but I knew that for her, it was a pride thing, but for me, it was a pride thing too. Like, I am really happy to help you. I don't look down on you. We live in the same neighborhood. I mean, come on, you don't have to. Kids' clothes are ridiculous. Like, she wore this 3 times. This would be perfect for your daughter, and sometimes she would take things and sometimes she wouldn't. And, if she offered, I would be more than happy to. So, but I get it, right? And that's why the 6 of Pentacles is kind of in reverse here, because maybe you don't want to receive charity. You don't want to get something for nothing. But understand, though, that this person who's giving things to you, like that makes them feel good as well. Like it makes them feel like they're helping out their community or helping out somebody that they love, or, contributing to, that's their way that they can contribute to society. But I feel like, it may not even be a monetary thing for you, Capricorn. Okay. I'm just getting a little bit more information here about this Empress. The Empress just exudes abundance. The thing is, if somebody were to give the Empress a gift, she would accept it and she would be happy about it and she would be thankful for it. And maybe she can give it to somebody else, or maybe she's not in the position to give back to the initial person, but she can, pay it forward at some point. As long as you are in that positive frame of energy, I feel like that will be helpful for you. I don't feel like you need to take it in a very negative way, which you may be taking it at this moment. Advice is another one of those things where somebody tries to offer you advice and you're like, I don't need advice. I don't need, but it's not because they, sometimes it's because, oh, well, you're doing it wrong, of course, but it could be like, hey, if you do this one thing, it'll really help you out. Like get an accountant, it'll help you out in your taxes, or create an LLC for what you're doing. And you're like, nope, I don't need your advice. And then you continue on doing things that harm you. So I feel like maybe you need to re-examine some things that are going on in your life and people who are trying to help you. And I know that maybe you didn't ask for help and you see yourself as the Empress here, but being a part of a community, like doing things for people is being part of a community, and we are communal animals. We are herd animals. Our strength as human beings are that one person can specialize in taxes and you can specialize in your business, and you don't have to be the end-all, know-it-all of everything, Capricorn. You can specialize in what it is that makes you feel good, and you can go to somebody else who specializes in their thing. that is actually a strength of humans. You don't see that with other animals. You don't see that with like bees. They're all specialized in the same thing, right? You don't see that with any other kind of, you don't see that with spiders. You don't have one spider that does the taxes, and you don't have one spider that weaves the webs, and you don't have one spider that catches, you know what I mean? Each spider tries to do its own thing, but the thing is, like, each spider then only ends up with their own little web. They don't end up with like the bigger picture. They don't end up with the whole community that we have, Capricorn. And I feel like you're blocking yourself from being a part of the community. And I feel like it's a new way of thinking about it. With the Hanged Woman is also, other animals don't sit around and think about their purpose, right? How are they useful? How are they useful to other people? You just being here and being a part of the community is as useful to other people. You don't have to conquer the world right now. You don't have to have everything figured out. In fact, here's the secret. Nobody does. Nobody has it figured out. The only thing you need to concentrate on is yourself and have things figured out for you. The Hanged Woman is just taking a moment to think about these things. Maybe you are thinking about your purpose, but your purpose really, your purpose doesn't mean that you have to make a lot of money. Your purpose has more to do with joy and where you are bringing joy to yourself, and then, you know, you exude that joy for other people. The other thing with the Hanged Woman is looking at things from a new perspective. And I hope that just in our conversation here, and please, if this invokes any ideas or questions, please comment those down below. But I hope that it helps you rethink this Six of Pentacles in reverse. I hope that you think about a lot of things right now with the full moon in Taurus, because I feel like there's a lot of like where you belong and your purpose kind of questions here for you, Capricorn. And when we have the World in reverse, the World is the last card in the major arcana. When it is upright, it indicates a completion. I feel like this is just the beginning. When we've got the Hanged Woman here, she's hanging here for a reason. It's usually like it's a time to take a break. It's a time to meditate. You have a crossroads. Maybe you're not sure which way to go with your life. Maybe you don't know your personal direction. And it's just time to sit down and think about that. It's time to think about your wants and needs and desires. It's time to think about how you are abundant. And the funny thing is too with the Empress is the card before her, the Magician, he is the master manifester. He goes out, steps forward, he does the work, he like creates things out of thin air, he manifests things. The Empress does that to an extent, but she understands that it's her human connections, that it's the connection that she has with other people that creates that abundance. She doesn't have to have $1 million in the bank, but you know, her rent gets paid if she's renting, her house gets, you know, she has a place to live. Maybe, you know, she has more than enough food. Maybe she didn't necessarily plan exactly what she's going to eat, but she meets up with a friend and they buy her lunch. Those are ways, and this is with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is ways for the Empress to how she is with the abundance, because she is so connected to that abundance card, or I mean to that idea of abundance. She's so connected to abundance. She just exudes it. And abundance doesn't mean that you're taking it from other people. They're willing and freely giving it to you. So I have this whole idea here, Capricorn, of the charity. And I feel like the Hanged Woman here is time to rethink that, time to rethink you know, how you are contributing. Maybe it's time to rethink your career, because let's say you're in a career, you're paying all your bills, but you think, oh no, you know, my roommate in college makes so much more money than me. Okay, but maybe your career has way more days off. Maybe your career has paid training. Maybe your career pays for your health insurance. Those things are part of the abundance package and part of like the freedom that you're craving. And maybe you shouldn't feel bad about where you are. And in comparison, when you add up all those things, it's more of like an apples to apples comparison than just seeing the dollar amount that this other person is making. So that last piece, I think, is really a specific message for a couple people, not everyone. I just feel like this isn't the end for you, Capricorn. This is just the beginning. This is the beginning of a new way of thinking and a new abundance. And full moons are usually a time to let go of things. And I feel like it's letting go of you being an island, letting go of you trying to be the master of everything and existing over here apart from everybody else. I feel like you need to be a part of the herd. Maybe not the herd. I'm laughing because, you know, that's not the most herd. I think of elephants, but there's a community there, like being a part of the community. I think it is you being yourself, doing what is right for you, but still feeling like you're part of the community, because each person has their own unique skills and insights that they bring. And I feel like you need to honor yours a little bit more. And I feel like you'll discover what it is. And again, this is just the beginning of it. And carry this like a practical plan. Again, how you can put that into action and into a practical plan here with the Hanged Woman is what you need to be thinking about for this full moon. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next reading.